If you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description and you'll find items such as this, a soy story. So hey there, Kingdom Hearts fans. Got a fun one for you. You might enjoy this or you might agree with it. I'm not sure. I'm interested to hearing what your opinions are on this piece after we go through it, because they sure do have a lot to say. Full disclosure, I've never really played Kingdom Hearts. I tried to play the third one, but I was so lost in what was going on, I didn't play it. I gave it a shot though, but I don't feel like going back and playing like 35 Game Boy games because they have like Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3. And then they're like, oh, don't forget about Dewdrop Distance and 2.5 6 minus 2 version of the game on DS. It's like I'm not gonna play all of those. I'm sorry. I miss the days where the narrative was all just in a couple of games. Maybe they have a supplemental game here and there, but you don't really need to play it. Those are always nice. From what I hear, you need to play all of the handheld games, and it's just not going to happen. So, looks like I just miss out on this. But Polygon sure does have a lot to say. I'm very convinced that this is a site that these people are not fans of anything. They just literally want to just destroy everything. And I got to say, I'm really surprised that it took them so long to make this article. Because I remember when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, everyone was excited about it because this game is 10 years in the making or something. Didn't it take them forever to make this game? So everyone was excited about it. Finally, we're going to get the conclusion. The conclusion is coming. And I watched. I kept looking. Nothing came from Polygon, Kotaku. They must be happy with this game. It's almost like they wanted to wait, which they did, because now we're at August 13th when this was published. And sure enough, Polygon comes and attacks it and says, Kingdom Hearts fails most of its women. Kairi deserved more. So we have this big, long article. Doesn't look long, but trust me, it is. At least it takes me forever to read it because I'm getting bored and I'm not really able to pay attention to it the whole time because it's full of a bunch of garbage. But they try to lay out a point that the women in the series are underdeveloped. Stuff like that. Let me ask you a question, and you can give me an answer in the comments. When you're playing Kingdom Hearts, did you ever say, I want more women in this game? Was that ever bothering you? Did that ever get at you? You wanted more? The biggest thing that they say in here is Kairi deserved to be the equal of Sora because she was the love interest. So she needs to be equal in everything. And the reality is she's a love interest. And I don't really see what's wrong with that. Okay, I don't want to jump and say there aren't a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans that are ladies. There are definitely a ton of them that are. But does it really matter that there's not a bunch of women characters in this game? I don't think that they would be buying it if they didn't like it. So this argument is kind of stupid. And it's really funny. They busted a lie. Later in the article, they say, they promised she was going to have more of a role. This time I'll protect you. It's Kairi's turn to fight in hashtag Kingdom Hearts 3. And they say it got ratioed. It had 2,000 responses. Lie. It has 1.6 thousand retweets, 9.7 thousand likes. Now, at the time when this came out, this probably didn't have as many likes, but this tweet came out March 3rd. So I highly doubt that it gained a bunch of likes since that article was made. This article was recently made, by the way, August 13th. So you're saying it has 2,000 replies, but 10K likes. How did it get ratioed? This is just a good example of Polygon pulling some garbage. And there are some negative responses on here, for sure. Pointing out, yeah, that was a lie. Why are you going to BS me? Stuff like that. So, yeah, okay. This guy's like, her most powerful ability is to get kidnapped and then taken out. So, yeah, I get it. A lot of people probably did want to play as her and stuff like that and be a little bit more involved in the series. But I don't think that many really cared. But I just find this funny. I mean, this is a pure lie. They didn't get ratioed. But you're saying they did. You're just it's a good point of you taking things, twisting it, and trying to make it fit your narrative. You probably shouldn't have included the link to the tweet, but you knew that most people probably weren't going to click it anyway. Let's be honest. Also, this article is not just about Kairi. It turns into all kinds of different stuff. It turns into a couple of people from Organization 13 or whatever it was, and 2 girls that were on that team. But they use Kairi as the main focus of the article. And here's really the crux of what they have to say. In the first Kingdom Hearts, Kairi was a pawn by Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. Kairi is the Princess of Heart, which means she's unable to turn into a Heartless. She spends the majority of the game in a comatose state after losing her heart at the start of the story. Sounds like a plot thing. Why is this? And they call this fridging. When you use a love interest to make a plot. And my response to that really is, who cares? Who cares? This is just a way to move the narrative. Why is it such a big deal? Does anybody really care at the end of the day? I don't think they did, because the game sold like crazy. People wanted it. And then we get another one here, Kingdom Hearts 2. In Kingdom Hearts 2, Kairi is largely left out of the narrative until she gets kidnapped. She manages to escape, gets kidnapped again, and then breaks free once more. From start to finish, she watches as the men around her do all the fighting and ultimately decide her fate. I didn't play the game. I bet you this is out of context. Even still, they can tell the story they want to tell. It's up to the consumer to not buy it. If the consumer had such a problem with it, they wouldn't buy the game. But they did buy the game. So what these people want to do is say, well, okay, you're going to change the story to how I want it. Not, well, I just won't buy the game then. I just won't buy the game. You seem to know the story. Do you perhaps play the game? If you had such a problem with it, what's your name? Natalie Floors. Then why'd you keep playing them? Why'd you keep buying them? Then we continue on. In the side games leading up to Kingdom Hearts 3, she's only mentioned in passing to show her importance as Sora's love interest. But given Kiara's slim character development, the relationship between her and Sora lacks conviction. So you're mad that she didn't get enough playtime, and then when she's not in the game, you're mad she's not a plot device. What do you want? What do you want? So they stopped talking about Kairi after this, her latest role in the series, which led to that tweet right here. The whole big argument that they do here is the tweet I just showed you, where they show Kairi's she's gonna take up the mantle or whatever. And that didn't I guess happen so much, but they put this tweet out and they say, well, it's got 2,200 replies. It got ratioed. Remember I showed you? It did not get ratioed, meaning most people don't have a problem with it, as the kids would say. So the other thing, here's the fridging stuff. They're talking about these characters from Organization 13. And here's what they say in this. So they talk about the amount of males and females on the team. They say, well, they only have 2 girls on the team. It's like, who cares? Nobody cares. People still bought the game in droves and are quite addicted to it. This series is quite popular with people. I see people rocking Kingdom Hearts merchandise all the time. I think it's fair to say, considering the sales of the games as well, and the hype, and everything that was surrounding that new release, that no one cares about this stupid stuff. Listen to this. So, a popular Kingdom Hearts 3 theory developed from the game's secret reports that Scold becomes a disposable woman after 2 men fail to save her. Who cares? I don't know who any of these characters are. But the big thing here is that women need to be more prominent. They need to be more prominent. And it's like, why? Does that change the story to anything? And I'm not trying to say women shouldn't be. But at the end of the day, it's up to the creators to tell the story they want. The consumer, if they have such an issue with it, don't have to buy the game. Okay? You're welcome to buy other games if you care that much. What about the Tomb Raider games, the new reboots? How come they don't talk about the guys that are used as plot devices in that game? You know, why isn't that a big deal? Why isn't it a big deal when there's a female lead and guys are used in the exact same fashion, right? How come that's not a problem? You know what I'm saying? It's a double standard. I think that at the end of the day, quotations, fridging, and all this stuff, it's just an easier way to tell a story instead of having to make it more complicated. You know, that's the thing. People just want a good story. You know, people also like familiarity, you know, something they can relate to. Love interest, getting kidnapped or in trouble, that's, you know, something that would get people most upset. People will be upset about that. But, you know, it doesn't matter. She's his equal. Well, then that's a whole different story. You know, where's the driving force for the character at this point? Are we going to invent whole new ways of storytelling now? This is so dumb. If we had enough games where it was like a younger sibling instead of, like, let's say they replaced it and got rid of love interest plots, then it would start being, well, it's like an ageism thing. So these people will never be happy. If there's one thing that I've noticed between everything that I've covered is these people are never happy because they will literally complain about movies and games that do everything they want. They'll still find a reason to nitpick it. It's like here, they're mad that the villain of the story got a better ending and more character development at the end than Kairi did. And to tie everything off, then they go to trash the old history of Disney movies and Disney princesses and stuff. Say, well, you know, they should have changed the stories and how those characters played. It's so dumb. It's like, they had 43 original characters and only 2 women's. These people are ridiculously stupid. Ridiculously stupid. So that's pretty much it. I'm surprised that they waited so long to make this article. I really am, because usually they want to get them rage clicks when the game comes out. But they waited, like, even this video probably won't even do that good because the game's not been out for, it's been out for a while. No one's really talking about it. But I don't care. I definitely like making fun of these stupid articles because I think they're dumb. And I have fun doing it, which at the end of the day, that's what matters. If you have fun, then that way you can keep making content. So anyway, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys. Oh yeah, make sure you're still subscribed. That's been getting ramped up. I see it more and more now. So make sure you're still subscribed. Also follow my Twitch, link in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one.